Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a top 10. So, 2024 is coming to an end. I thought it'd be time to go over what my best and worst horror movies are of this year. So, I'm Random Ross, and here are my top 10 worst horror movies of this year, 2024. You have to excuse me, my voice is a bit, iffy because, cold time. So anyway, let's just get on with it, shall we? At number 10, it is The Strangers Chapter 1. Why they felt the need to reboot this, I don't know, but it is the start of a planned trilogy, and I believe the other two are wrapped and are ready to go, but why did we need this? We had an idea of what was going to happen, and I can see why it didn't do so well, but definitely not the worst horror movie of this year. But yeah, The Strangers Chapter 1. Number 9 is Something in the Water. So this was a shark thriller survival film where we see a group of women on a hen party and they're out abroad for it. Then they get stranded in shark-infested water when their boat breaks and their friend is attacked by a shark. Yeah, this was just nothing I had not seen before, like The Reef or Open Water. It just wasn't. It just wasn't a good film, in my opinion. So yeah, Something in the Water. Next at number 8 is Longlegs. Now, this is probably a shock to people because everyone said that this film was, brilliant. It was a masterpiece. To me, I just found it a bit boring and a bit flat. I mean, great casting with Nicolas Cage in an unrecognisable makeup playing Longlegs. I thought his character was good. And Michael Monroe, she was good in it too. The acting was good and the characters, but the story just wasn't there for me, and I found it a bit boring, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but that's just my opinion, and if you liked it, I'm glad you did. At least you got an enjoyment from it. But I think it was a tad overrated. Number 7 is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. Yes, Winnie the Pooh, we all know, the public domain thing, the Twisted Childhood universe. This was a sequel to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, but one thing I will give it credit for was its improvement in the budget, the makeup effects. We had Owl in this as well, with Tigger, as well as Pooh and Piglet, and I believe there's more of these films to come. Now, I liked it, but I knew I was going in there knowing that this was not a great film, and I got a bit of enjoyment out of it, but it's still a poor, terrible movie, but in a good way, which is why it's not so low on the list. Number 6 is Sting. So yeah, giant spider, spider that comes from space that starts off tiny but grows and gets bigger, lays eggs, etc. This was like eight-legged freaks in an apartment building, and yeah, just didn't do it for me. And I haven't heard much positive stuff on this movie. Yeah. Let's get to the top 5 now, shall we? And number 5 is Baghead, coming out early this year, I believe in 2023, but wasn't officially released until the start of this year. This has Freya Allen playing a young woman who inherits like a pub with this secret supernatural force. It just was a bit dull for me, just wasn't my sort of film. And I didn't really think much to it. I saw this film when it came onto Netflix, not in cinemas. I'm glad I watched it on Netflix though. Yeah. Okay, so number 4 it is Mr. Crockett. This one of a kids TV host that is evil and makes a deal with the devil and collects children. This dropped on Disney Plus, some of our Halloween season. I just thought this was a very bland, tame sort of film. Just wasn't for me. And I was like, yeah, wasn't the best. But still, I like the whole, sweet and innocent childhood innocence that disguises evil disguise. Next at number 3, it is Night Swim. So this is based on a short by the same name. This came out at the start of the year. Wyatt Russell starred in it, and it was just very dull. This clearly worked better as a short. It just didn't do it for me, and I don't think it did it for a lot of people. Evil Haunted Swimming Pool had the potential to be a good film, but I feel its PG-13 rating or its tameness really hurt this film, and just didn't do it. It was just yeah. I can see why people didn't really like this film much, but yeah. But it's not the worst of this year. It's in the top 3, but me's bottom 2 are definitely the worst. Number 2, it is Mickey's Mousetrap. So, as you know, Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie entered the public domain this year, and they thought, let's at least make a horror film of this one, and the acting is poor, the practical effects are poor, the whole guy in a killer in a Mickey Mouse mask. Even the ending was just so abrupt and unexpected, and it had a an end credit scene. It was just so poor. Like a young woman celebrates her 21st birthday in an arcade place she works at, and they all start getting picked off one by one by a killer Mickey. And as I said, it just ends so abruptly, and is definitely is one of the worst films. This almost made my number 1 pick, but at number 1, it is Afraid. An AI that sounds nice and friendly, but is actually twisted and evil and manipulates people and forces them into doing terrible things. It was just. I think this would have worked better as a Black Mirror episode, but it did not work as a feature film. I just thought, yeah, we've had this before. AI becoming aware and evil and stuff. It's just nothing new to the mold. And to me, this is my worst horror movie of 2024. It is. And yeah. So there you go. There's my top 10. Do you have the top 10? Do you agree with this list? Are there any worst films I missed this year and probably didn't watch them because they were bad? Let me know. And if you want to see my top 10 worst movies of this year in general, there is a top 10 for that on my main channel, Random TV, which is linked in the cards above or down below. So yeah, we still have my best horror movies of this year to come, so I will definitely upload that at some point. So yeah, I will be seeing you soon, and hope you're having a good Christmas so far. And until next time, don't have nightmares.